Hey yo guys, it's Vivid, and I'm basically touring around my creative map I was working on. This thing was made back in the beginning of, I think 2000. I'm gonna look at the map, but I think it was like the beginning of 2020, and I aimed at maybe finishing it within a year. And so far, it's been a year, and I have not finished it, and I'm gonna basically go over what I did do at least for this map. So what you're looking at right now is a recreation of the map Ravine in Halo 4. Now I basically did that because I made a custom map while I was playing Halo 4 at one point years ago, and I wanted to recreate it in this game. Basically to continue the mini game map I made a while ago so it doesn't just disappear. So I'll go into basically what all this other stuff I've did trying to lead up to this. So over here is a door. Oh, it's already open. Alright. So I'm just gonna go into the backup place. So this is when, like, around the time when I started. Roughly like a year ago. So the idea was basically to use command blocks to make a game similar to the custom made game I made back in, I don't know when it was, I think it might have been 2014, but I'm not entirely sure. Basically, I tried to make effects like, I don't know, shields in Halo, and then I tried to basically recreate it, but I'm gonna basically just fly around, maybe show around what the heck I actually did. There's a lot of like redstone stuff and also command blocks I tried to use to remake some of the maps that I really liked back in Halo. When Halo was only on Xbox, there wasn't like PC games or anything. So this was Beaver Creek. I know it's not the same size, it was mainly just for like 1v1 matches. And over here, I tried to recreate a mini game that I had in, I don't know, forgetting the word. I think it was Foundry, either that or something else. But it was basically a square map where you had two teams, red and blue, and like there's like a power up in the middle. I did successfully make quite a lot of this map, but the one thing I couldn't figure out was the scoreboard, the things that keep score for the game. Now, just to show you how complicated everything became, I basically made this. All the things on the gray box are basically what I used to make Beaver Creek over here. Now, I could go into more detail about why I did all this. Like, for instance, what are these things? These things are like respawn points. So when the player respawns, it has like a thing that basically makes them have different weapons and spawn points. I should really make a video maybe on like explaining why I did all this, and it's just a lot of information for one video that I'm basically just showing what I did over the year, but there's a lot of command block stuff, so I, I feel like I need to do another video actually trying to explain how I went through that and exactly why I'm leaving it to go toward another thing that is built into the game, which is called data packs, and I'm hoping that will solve the problem of me making this map, making it available for people to play on, or maybe just to use. But the amount of stuff needed to basically make this map work was becoming a little too much for me, and it's a very big time commitment. But I don't want to list excuses. I want to make adjustments. That's why I'm moving toward data packs. Now, there's obviously a lot of things. This is like a timing thing for each item on the map. I wanted it to like be similar to Halo, where if you get it, then it will respawn at a certain time. And I didn't want like the items to reappear in a certain amount of time, but basically I figured out that 150 of these is worth like I think a minute at the Lotus setting. I forget exactly what I did to figure that out. I think I put like 100 in a row and then divided it by the amount of time that I got when I timed it. And I basically, you can still see this over here. Just knock down some of these. This is just part of the old test. It goes pretty far. But I basically kept trying to figure out all the problems. I obviously couldn't solve all of them, but so I tried to also include an Easter egg, but I'm not going to explain that because, well, it would ruin the Easter egg if I ever actually do complete this map. I did kind of get carried away with some of the details on here, like the streets and also this chessboard, which I'm basically made out of a painting. Well, not a painting, but a map. So the thing you're looking at right here is basically a literal map on the smallest setting, but I basically put blocks over it to remake. I'm going to try to fly over quickly over there. Flying over basically to show you the chessboard, how it looks. I use this kind of quite a lot around the map, and another thing that kind of got me completely derailed from finishing the map was the idea of making my own well, not my own video game, but like Pong inside of Minecraft. This area shows like the first area where I tried to recreate it. There's some early tests, but bugs kind of caused issues here. Some of the paintings started to get screwed up. So from here, trial 1 led to trial 2. So trial 2 is way over here. And you can kind of tell already that I made a lot of maps. And what I kept trying to figure out was basically, was it possible to make Pong in this game? And I'm almost certain that yes, you can make Pong, but in the way that I was trying to do it was basically making an arcade cabinet the size of, I don't know, something like this, where you have it basically move around, and it became really complicated after a while. So this is the giant machine for making a bouncing ball in the game. I'm kind of wondering if it still even works, because I kind of moved around some things. Let's see if it still works. Okay, yeah, it shows a bouncing ball. So the one thing I got out of this project was, yes, it would take an incredibly long time and a large amount of maps to make Pong actually possible, and the time commitment would probably be like half a year or I have no clue how long it would take, but I basically did out math and it showed a ridiculous number of maps needed. And I basically learned how to make animations from that. I think that's pretty cool in and of itself. I didn't really think like that much. I just kind of rushed to the conclusion, I can make animations now. What's the next step? What else do I want to do? So I tried to make Pong. I may create Pong later, mainly because I kind of started it. I did a series, and I just never finished it. I kind of got I had to like deal with life stuff, basically for finding a job and whatnot. But aside from that, It's kind of a cool little thing you can do in Minecraft using command blocks and maps. So I'll just turn this off. And this is basically the machine that allows you to make the bouncing ball. And this thing over here is also part of the bouncing ball machine. Obviously I didn't complete it, and that's why you can, when it's turned off, you can still see the ball. So there are obviously other parts, me tinkering around the command blocks, trying to figure out certain things. What are some other things on the map that I've made? I guess I could show you the arcade cabinet I made for my original design. Well, not my original design, it was heavily based off of the Pong cabinet from the 70s, and I really liked it, and I guess it's kind of buried underneath these sandwiches of blocks. So if I actually remove the blocks, then I destroy the artwork that kind of was there. But I basically went about trying to make the Pong thing, and I wish I put them on other maps, not all stacked on top of each other. So right now you can only see the Pong front of the arcade cabinet. I'm still kind of iffy about those zeros, but you get the idea of it. What are some other stuff I tried to do? Now, these are obviously other maps around here. I'll show you the arcade cabinet I tried to make it. I mean the arcade area that I tried to make as well inside this small city. So here's the arcade. This was where I thought I would have the Pong arcade game work, but obviously it became a little complicated, and I need to figure out how to do this better and faster. That way I could like make the map and still include things like this while also still including the gameplay down there. I did try to make a car. It apparently I accidentally deleted all the paintings on my map, and that wasn't fun at first, but I can probably recreate them and redo the car thing I was trying to do. So I guess over here there's like a highway I was trying to do. This is an automatic gate I was working on. It took me a while to figure out just in redstone. Basically the insides of it are over there, but if you pull down this lever, it's open for like as long as the lever's down. This closes it, and these are obviously just things to open it. Here are the guts of the door that I made. Basically it was for like a server I was on, and I just wanted to make it because I don't know, I have some use for redstone. I'd never really done a lot of redstone stuff, so that was kind of like the first, I guess, good use of it I made. Then I kind of just ran into command blocks, and that was like a whole wormhole by itself. I guess these are like some areas that I try to include to make it more like easy for me to do commands and figure out bugs on the map. But I'm basically going to switch over to data packs, as I already mentioned earlier, and I think that's about it. I think I explained enough about the map. I explained that it's based off Halo maps that I made back in the Halo 4 days. I'm not really sure how long ago that was. It's probably like 2011, 14. I really don't know. I haven't done my homework on that one. But you can kind of see where like a lot of things kind of went. But I'll try to make another video maybe explaining my thought process on all this random stuff that just turned into a mess, but also left behind something that looks pretty interesting in and of itself. Um, so yeah, I'll just leave it off at maybe staring at down at this area. And thanks for watching, and maybe I'll get this done sometime soon. Who knows? But just let me know if you want this thing to get done. I'd really like your thoughts and feedback, and catch you around.